your love, girl, there's no more. Tell me what you been playing. Oh, and I know you don't want nobody else. No, no, no.
What's going on, y'all? It's your main man 5, and we back with yet another episode of us continuing on with the essential albums from Led Zeppelin. If you read the title, you already know what we're doing. We did 1, 2, 3, and 4, and today we're doing Led Zeppelin 4. Now, from everything that I've seen everybody say that this is the best one. I'm going to be the judge of that. To me, 3 was just immaculate. The depth of how important 3 was and how pivotal it was in their catalog and the intro, crazy. So I'm excited to see if this supersedes that. I know Stairway to Heaven is on this one, which I know I love that record. But we're going to see if the album around that classic is just as good as that song. So I'm not going to talk too much. We're going to get right into the album. I hope y'all excited for this, and I hope y'all been enjoying this journey with me getting into the early stuff of Led Zeppelin. I know that was something that we've been planning on for a while. I'm just excited to do it. So without talking too much, let's get right into this reaction.
Hey, mama said the way you move gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove. God, way you shake that thing gonna make you burn, gonna make you sting. Hey, baby, when you walk that way, watch how that drip can't keep away.
It's hard. I really like that one. And the reason why it plays for a good intro is the simple fact that it rolls seamlessly off of the first 3 albums. If you want to hear me break down in depth what those albums were, you know they're here on Patreon already in full. You already know. If you sat and you've been going through this journey with me, you already know my feelings. But the way that this coincides so well is I like that 3, the dichotomy was basically about growing into a new level of maturity, growing into a new level of spiritual awakening as far as having an epiphany and recognizing that I'm selling myself too short by feeling like I don't deserve love. I don't deserve to have a community of people who will go to bat for me and try their hardest to be in my corner, even when I make it difficult for them to. But I also like that on the flip side of it, it was juxtaposed by him still dwelling on certain things that happened in the past. We're human. Everybody has their days where they get caught up living in the past. And his past was talking about Zepp 2 and Zepp 1. I like that this song is still reiterating and is still focusing on what it was like from human nature. This one gives lore on what it was like to meet the girl that broke his heart in Zepp 1. It's talking about how infatuated she was. It gives her like a Billie Jean-esque type of energy as far as her just being a product of seduction. She's just walking temptation. And when he seen her, it was no way that he felt the way he could get away from the feelings that he had towards her. It was lust at first sight, and it was something that he felt like he needed to have. But he also goes into it. First of all, this song is him singing the blues as usual. But I like that he goes on from talking about giving the lore and background of how they met, the type of person she was in the beginning, with giving off that promiscuous energy to begin with. So it got to a point where she ended up breaking his heart, and he got a fair understanding of what everybody was talking about. If you listen to Thriller before, that's why I said it gives a Billie Jean, because this is like a wanna be starting something where you be hearing from everybody about this girl, but because you feel like you're so much of that guy and that type of situation would never happen to you from a woman this perfect. That's when you fall into situations like the song Billie Jean, all because you're not listening to what's going on. I'm not saying listen to everybody's opinion, because sometimes people can just be hating and don't want to see you happy. But if it's something that's all you're hearing, or that's all you notice, or that's all you run into, you kind of owe it to yourself to do your own background check. Just saying. So I like that he talks about the background, how they fell out, and him still having the optimism. That's what makes it interesting, and it leans perfectly off of 3. Because the ending is him just saying, okay, I still need someone that's going to love me. I need a woman that's going to hold my hand, somebody that's going to make me a happy man. that still shows that optimism that he developed going into Zep 3. So saying that he's still maintaining that level of growth gradually makes me happy to see that. And I'm glad that I've heard it up to this point, because these songs make more sense in transition, if that makes sense. But I also related to Billie Jean because some of these lines, you know, what people mean by down and out, spent my money, took my car, started telling a friend she's gonna be a star. It's, if you know, you know. Let's get into the next song before I fucking talk 20 minutes. But this is perfect coming off of the last one. I'm excited for this. I tell you what, I'm happy to hear Stairway to Heaven and Transition and see how it's applicable to where he is in this album. That would be kind of dope. That was some classic shit right there. Simply to put, that's something I can talk about very quickly. Put me on the timer. This is coming perfectly off of 2. Like I talked about in the album reaction for 2, that was more so focused on him trying to hide away from the emotions, hiding away from love, and drowning himself inside the ideology of the rock star lifestyle, focusing on partying, random women, rocking the stage, and just being a fucking rock legend. That's what the goal of it was. So I like the fact that going through the maturity of 3, he's giving off the energy of, it's been a long time since I rock and roll. It's been a long time since I focused on being immersed in that lifestyle because I've been trying to grow into being a better person. I like that entire theme that he's going for. I like that this is rock and roll and blues go hand in hand, as everybody should know. Rock and roll and blues, they all come together. So to hear that was heavily based in the first album, the second was about escapism, the third was about maturity, and this one is starting off to be about reminiscing, but still maintaining their level of optimism and something positive moving forward. I like the fact that he's still talking about what he's been through, and maybe he's still been unlucky at love because, you know, we're human. He's a superstar, shit happens, life continues to move on. But I like that he's dwelling on it without making it sound so sad at this point. And I like that he's understanding at this point. He's talking about, where's that one line I like? It's been a long time since the book of love. I can't count the tears of a life with no love. That level of perspective and depth that goes into writing a lyric like that, that's not something that an immature man can write. That's not something somebody who's not at least working towards growing past their own bullshit can say. Because you have to understand and accept that you actually have feelings of loneliness before you can admit that out to the world. That's like if somebody's a psycho, they don't think anything that they do is crazy. That's just normalcy to them. So if you're a narcissist or somebody that feels like you fooled your own self into believing you're completely fine without having anybody in the world love you, they would never say some shit like that. So I like that he's still maintaining this pilgrimage. I'll use that word. Hey, this pilgrimage towards becoming a better person, this pilgrimage towards a spiritual awakening. I like that. And time. The Battle of Evermore. I like that name.
Queen of Light took her vow, and then she turned to gold. The Prince of Peace embraced the gloom and walked the night alone. Dancing in the dark night, sing to the Lord. Dark Lord rides in force tonight, and time will tell us all.
Before it even continues, and y'all know I never pause songs while it's playing, I just want to say it before I forget, the way that they're phrasing the different characters that they're using for the narrative, it sounds like, and tell me if y'all agree, it sounds like he's describing the story of Jesus in the wilderness when he was confronted by the devil and being faced with propositions of temptation to see if he would break his loyalty to God. That's the vibe it's given, but I want to continue to see. I just wanted to say that. So comment down below now while the song playing and let me know what you think.
I hear voices thunder down in the valley below. I'm waiting for the angels of Babylon, waiting for the eastern glow. The apples of the valley, oh, the seeds of happiness. Ground is rich from tender care, repay, do not forget. No, no, dance in the dark night, listen to the morning light. Apples turn to brown and black, the tyrant's face is red. War is the common cry, pick up your swords and the sky is filled with good and bad. Mortals kneel Oh well, the night is long, the beats of time pass slow. Tired eyes on the sunrise, waiting for the eastern glow. The pain of war cannot exceed the woe of aftermath. The drums will shake, the castle wall, the ring razor out in black. Ride on, reservation, ride on. Shoot straight to them before. No comfort here, the fire at night, the lights the face so cold. Dance in the dark of night, sing till the morning and light. The red and gold to bring the balance back, bring it back. At last the sun is shining, the clouds are blue roll by. With flames from the dragon of darkness, the sunlight blinds his
I really like that one. The first thing I do want to say is them as songwriters or whoever predominantly writes the most of their music. I'm assuming it's a group effort like most bands, but them as a band of writers in general, they have come so far between three and listening to the depth and the layers of metaphors and the way that these songs need to be analyzed. They've come so far with their ability to create a theme and create an idea of a song and make it something substantial instead of something just so surface level. 3 and 4, the writing has jumped by hundreds and thousands of percent, in my opinion. I like this song because, to me, y'all can agree or disagree, I do feel like he was playing on the story of Jesus in the wilderness, and I feel like he personified it through the day-to-day life of everybody as human beings. I like because he used certain phrases to say, like, the Prince of Peace embraced the gloom and walked in the night alone. Oh, dance in the dark, the night, sing till the morning. The dark Lord rides in force tonight, and the time will tell us all. I like that in a nutshell tells that story about how Jesus went on that level of pilgrimage to say, you know, I'm going to do 40 days in the wilderness, and I'm going to just be out here amongst nature. I'm going to be out here just getting closer to my Father. And the devil came to his side and was trying to tempt him, essentially saying, like, you know, if you this, or if you're as powerful, if you're the Son of God, turn that rock into a loaf of bread. I want to see you do some shit. Do that. Let me see you do it. No, I don't serve you. I don't have to prove anything to you. Everything that I do is for the expansion of the kingdom. It's not to prove something for worldly pleasures or prove something for attention and fame. Or when he was approached by him and he was like, show all of these people down here how mighty you are and they'll worship you. He's like, they're going to worship me anyway one day. Why don't you just show them who you are? Bask in the fame. If you're as powerful as you say you are, show the people. And he was like, I will show miracles based on the leadership of what God tells me I should be doing. I'm not doing it to be famous. I'm not doing it for attention. I'm not doing it to boast in my own glory. I'm doing it to expand the kingdom. Get out of my face. So I like the fact that he's using that as a theory and using that as kind of like a undertone for the story of this song. Basically, it's saying that, like, there's always darkness in the world, and the devil has a way of warping people's minds into feeling like darkness is the overarching theme of life. That's the only thing that you have to look forward to, pain and death. I like that it's showing, like, even when it's saying the apples of the valley hold the seeds of happiness, but then he juxtaposed it with the apples turn brown and black and the tyrant's face is red. I like that he says when the devil steps into the scene and makes his presence felt, it's shown through the way that the fruits of everything that you do as far as trying to become a better person and mature, he comes and tries to sour that fruit. He puts war and division and anger and wrath inside the minds of people and turn them against each other. Like we talked about a lot in the last album, there's a lot of money and profit to be made for the powers that be, and division, war, people being sick, people being depressed, all of those things. So why would they go out of the way to create an environment that's conducive, create an environment that's conducive with the feelings of commonality, with camaraderie and people coming together to build community amongst each other. When people come together and recognize the strength that we have in numbers and the strength that we have in unification, that destroys the biggest plan that they have. And if the bottom line is just them getting richer and us continuing to be sheep, where's the money in that? Those are the levels of people that can be led by the devil. And I'm not saying that to say every wealthy or every rich person is a devil. All I'm saying is there are people in those positions that allow themselves to be led by their greed. They allow themselves to be led by their sin, and by proxy, they're being led by the influence of the devil. They incite wars. They start these wars and then send militaries in there for money to steal goods and resources. It's all a ploy to continue to keep the world living in darkness. But I like that he says, if you continue to hold on and continue to sing the praises up into the heavens, the time will come where the sun will shine and the clouds of blue will roll by. With flames from the dragon of darkness, the sunlight blinds his eyes. It's basically just a song of optimism. You're going to go through challenges. You're going to be put in situations that you won't feel like you can survive. But if you just hold on, keep your faith, and continue to smile and pray and have a relationship with God through all of the pain, he'll deliver you through it. No matter what you're going through, it could storm all night, but there's still a sunshine to look forward to in the morning. I like that this level of maturity and the layer and the lessons that they're teaching through their lyrics has grown so much. So I like the fact that they used a story like that that's so biblical and basically just turned it into a song that encourages people to hold on, because a brighter day is coming. Just hold on. A change is going to come. Just hold on, because it won't always be like this. That's a very mature perspective. That's why I said that the maturity in their writing leaps and bounds. Tell me what y'all think about that, though. That makes perfect sense. I knew Stairway to Heaven was next. That makes perfect. I ain't just put that shit together the way I just put that shit together. Is it just me? Is it just me? Y'all saw me break down Stairway to Heaven, so I'm just going to enjoy this and we're going to move on. But hearing what led before it, I understand this song so much more already. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. We can't miss, family.
There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. When she gets there, she knows if the stores are all closed, with a word she can get what she came for. Ooh, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. There's a sign on the wall, but she wants to be sure, 'cause you know sometimes words have two meanings. In a tree by the brook, there's a songbird who sings. Sometimes all of our thoughts are misgiven.
This song is so deep.
There's a feeling I get when I look to the west, and my spirit is crying for leaving. In my thoughts I have seen rings of smoke through the trees, and the voices of those who stand looking. And
That's a beautiful record. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I said, I already broke down Stairway to Heaven. Make sure you go check out that video if you're interested. I did that, and I did the live version from 1973 at Madison Square Garden. That's up for free on Patreon since it got blocked on YouTube. Make sure you go check that out if you want to hear more in-depth explanation. But in the flow of the album, it makes just even more sense. It's just a song about spirit. It's just an album about spiritual awakening and accepting the fact that if you keep the faith and if you just continue to cultivate and have that faith in your relationship with God, you'll always be okay. You'll always make it through your struggles. You'll always have something to follow and something to believe in, as long as you allow yourself to not be consumed by the dark times. As long as you don't allow yourself to be swallowed up by your vices and worldly pleasures. Live in the moment, appreciate what you have, and cultivate that relationship, and you'll always be blessed. That's a very mature thing to say. It's a very mature record. Yeah, these songs are very, very deep. Yeah. These songs are very, very deep. I like that it's coming from a scope of viewing the circumstances of the world, like starting to mature and being able to look at the world around you and form a narrative about it, but not in a judgmental way, but just meeting people where they are, coming to their circumstances with empathy and telling stories for the have-nots that don't get the opportunity to. We're going to talk more about it at the end, but these songs are, yeah. Yeah. He killed that fucking part on the end. Yeah. These songs have a very recurring theme. I don't have to stop to talk about them all. I think we'll just talk about them all at the end. I think the surprise of listening to the first half needed more analysis, but now that I see the way that these songs all roll in from Evermore, Stairway to Heaven, and then these last two, they all run in together.
Spend my days with a woman unkind, smoke my stuff and drink all my wine. Made up my mind, make a new start, going to California with an aching in my heart. Someone told me there's a girl out there with love in her eyes and flowers in her hair. Took my chances on a big jet plane. Never let them tell you that we're all the same. Oh, the sea was red and the sky was gray. I wondered how tomorrow could ever follow today. Mountains and the canyons started to tremble and shake. The children of the sun begin to wake.
I love how he's singing this.
It seems that the wrath of the gods got a punch on the nose and it started to flow. I think I might be sinking. Throw me a line if I reach it in time. I'll meet you up there and the path runs straight. Find a queen without a king. They say she plays guitar and cries and sings. La la la. Ride a white mare in the footsteps of dawn, trying to find a woman who's never, never, never been born. Standing on the hill in the mountain of dreams, telling myself it's not as hard as it seems.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, let's get into this outro.
what it takes to make a modern man when he goes home.
Yeah, this album was really deep. So, all right. You know what I will say that I love the most about this album? Well, first of all, for me, 3 is still my favorite one. To me, out of all of their self-titles, Zepp 3 is the best one. Second, 3 is the best one. 3 is the best one. 1 has more enjoyable music than 2 and 4, then 4, then 2. So I will go 3, 1, 4, 2. That's my order. Comment down below y'all opinion on how y'all would place all of their self-titles. But I'll give this an A tier. I'll put this on the same tier as I put 1. 3 is an S, and 2 is a B. I'm going to put a little screenshot up on the screen so y'all can see. But what I really do love about this, and first of all, I'll start at the end. When the levees break, I really like the fact that even with the audio effects that they used, that entire song, first of all, is really about those moments when you let your pessimism take hold, or when you let your pessimism get in the driver's seat, when you let that devil on the other side of your shoulder stare and give you that level of pessimism to the point where you really just don't feel like you can hold on any longer. I like the fact that the outro had the effect of the audio drowning out and the instrumentation all falling in on itself, because that's representative of what the song is. You feel like you're drowning. You feel like you're sinking in on yourself. I feel like that's one of those things that's very important, because those type of audio effects make it very special, and it shows the intentionality of the artist and the fact that they're not just writing lyrics or making music. They have ideas that are so multifaceted that they can be explained on completely different layers of levels. You have the instrumentation that tells its own story, which y'all hear me talk about a lot. You have the lyrics that tell their own story. And then you have the effects and the way that they piece the music itself together that tells its own story. So it comes together to be like a trifecta that every part of it can work together perfectly if you're intentional to create a very well-written narrative. What I do like about this album is that it gives perspective about what it means to really have faith in something bigger than yourself. What it really means to have faith and understanding that if you continue to hold on and if you continue to believe that there's an opportunity that things can get better than where they are, you'd be surprised by how things can change. If you continue to have faith in a source bigger than yourself, you'll be surprised how fast your life can be turned around. But I also like the fact that it doesn't just talk about the spirituality. It talks about the benefits of that and the benefits of maturing to a point where you can find yourself confident enough to lead your life that way. But it also gives like social commentary. It gives worldview commentary on human condition and the way that a lot of us deal with our troubles, the way that we go with a level of avoidance, the way that we go out of our way to avoid our troubles and where that lands us. I like that a common theme throughout the album is continuously showing characters migrating from somewhere to somewhere else in hopes of finding better, in hopes of finding more happiness, in hopes of finding joy, prosperity, and just a moment of reprieve from all of the weight that's weighing down on their hearts. I like that it continuously throughout different songs talks about that ideology of migration, the ideology of picking up and feeling like I just got to get the fuck out of here. I need a fresh start. But when you're avoiding and you're running away from your shit, you always end up in the same situation somewhere else. Until you truly look above or look within and deal with everything, accept it, give it all to God. Do whatever it is that you do spiritually. Until you deal with your shit, you're going to be running in circles. No matter where you go, no matter what people tell you about what life is like there, or what the opportunity is like there, you'll be carrying your literal and emotional baggage along with you on every trip that you take. So you'll always end up, in hindsight, in the exact same place. That's just a psychological perspective from it. But I like the fact that it's telling narratives through creating characters. Like in the beginning, you get the stories of, him being reminiscent on what it was like to go through what he went through, but also had this newfound perspective and hopefulness and the possibility of something better. And then, it talks about the story of Jesus in the wilderness and how that falls onto all of us in our decision making. And if we just choose to continue to have faith, we'll be better off. Stairway to Heaven, we know exactly what that is. I like the songs like Misty Mountain Hop and Four Sticks run into each other. They kind of run in reverse, because on Four Sticks, that song is about him going to California and meeting that girl with the flower in her hair. And then Misty Mountain Hop being the song before it, it gives you that cyclical motion, because it shows like it shows what it's like in life for people to be running constantly in circles, and the fact that you're running from a toxic relationship. Because Four Sticks would be like when you think about movies, right? You think about how certain storylines take place in between movies that you don't see, and then they pick up on a part after that. Four Sticks would be one of those songs that is right in the middle between Zepp 1 and Zepp 2, because that's about, 1 is about him picking up and leaving, 2 is about him running away and avoiding his lifestyle, but still having it in his heart that he wishes that he had the confidence to love fearlessly. He wishes that he didn't lean so far on the rock star lifestyle that he avoided all of his true feelings. So that song is about him avoiding the way that he did in 1 and running away the way that he did in 2. Four Sticks is impactful because that shows exactly what I'm talking about. He spent all of that energy, all of that time running around to pursue fame, to pursue a lifestyle that was unbeknownst to him. I never used that word, but I like it. He ran away from his life to pursue what society deemed to be a better life. Success, riches, access to endless women, I'm trying to find the right way to say it. Lust can be a very bottomless pit, and coming with the fame and money and being in certain rooms and being a certain level of star, that is able to continue to drop everything you need into that bottomless pit. So he has access to endless, I can't find the right way to say it, but endless figments of desire. He's able to continue to fulfill his need for lust and trying to avoid his shit by having meaningless sex, is what I'm trying to say. But in doing that, he ended up recognizing that that's not where the story ends. Doing all of that can become very mundane, and you can get lost in that shit just as well as you did with being raised by your parents the way that he did, and how he talked about in 3, being raised by prejudiced parents, angry parents who basically instilled hate and separation in his heart. So how could he not have grown up to have those intimacy issues and have trouble building those significant relationships? So when you get the story of 1 going into 2, he ends up in the Misty Mountain Hop, where he talks about meeting those people with the flower in his hair and getting high and getting caught up with the police. That's the thing. He ran away from his troubles just to run into more troubles. He ran away from his pain to end up in even worse circumstances, depending on who you ask. And I feel like that's very important, because that's showing what it's like to live without faith. That's showing that if you don't continue to grow and gain a better semblance of understanding of your circumstances, you'll continually be stuck in that cyclical motion. And that's the main point of why we all get caught up in our own bullshit. You got a song like, wait, hold on. Excuse me. Misty Mountain Hop, Four Sticks, and Going to California are all cyclical. I forgot about that song in the middle. Four Sticks is more of a skyline view of what it's like to watch people in these circumstances. If you have Going to California, where he's explaining, coming off of Zepp 1 and what it was like to avoid his shit, Four Sticks is a representation of what's going to happen. It talks about what it's like to really get stuck inside of that mundane, to get stuck inside that bottomless pit of trying to fulfill insatiable pleasures. That's the word I was looking for earlier. It talks about ending up in a land of ruined dreams, living in a land of where people hide their loves to the depths of lies. It's a den for those who choose to hide themselves. I love that. Him running away to California is, they call that the devil's playground, whether you believe in it or not. You're running to a place where everybody's avoiding their own shit too. They're doing the exact same shit you are. So you're going here to meet real people, build relationships, but you're just going to meet a bunch of people that are in masks. You're going to meet people's representatives and not them as a person. And I think that's what makes that so powerful. You try to run away from your problems and you run to a city full of people that are dealing with the exact same shit. No matter where you go and no matter who you surround yourself with, if you don't choose to get into better circumstances, grow yourself and become deserving of those relationships with people who have done their own personal work, you'll always end up in that cycle. And that's how he ran into the people from Misty Mountain Hop, getting into trouble, getting high, meeting all of these people that are leading him to even more trouble, because these are the representations of those people that hide in lies. They tell themselves that being high out of their mind makes them happy. They tell themselves that avoiding all of their troubles is the easiest way to get away from it. And they tell themselves that completely letting go of their problems and not allowing it to be something that hovers over them is something that's achievable without doing the internal work. So that's something I wanted to say. And when the levees break, it's very important because that's a representation of what it's like when everything falls apart. When you continue to avoid your shit, the more you continue to run in those circles, if you don't deal with your shit, eventually it's going to rear its ugly head in a way that's a lot worse than what it would have ever been before. I think sometimes we try to repress our pain, we try to repress our anger, and we try to repress everything that makes us feel bad. Nobody wants to deal with the trouble sometimes. Nobody wants to deal with the heavy. Nobody wants to deal with the pain that comes along with having to do internal work. And that's also the trouble of feeling as though you have to do everything on your own. That's why I'm not somebody who disrespects somebody for having any faith in any higher source. Because even at a grassroots level, if all it is you found something that inspires you to be a good person, or you found something you have faith in that makes life easier to navigate, I feel like everybody needs that. Life is damn near impossible to get through if you don't believe in something bigger than yourself. If you don't feel connected to something, it's easy to just feel like you're continuing to drown. And that's when the levee breaks. That's letting that pessimism and that devil on your shoulder completely take over the narrative. That's when you continue to repress and push everything down so far, but it's to the point where the levee's backed up with so much water. It's backed up with so much pain, so much trauma, so much internal thoughts of self-harm, drug use, addiction, vice, whatever it is. The more that you keep trying to build that wall up higher, the more the pressure of it all pushes through, and eventually it has to break. The walls always fall down, whether for the better or for the worse. If you don't choose to deal with it, it's going to deal with you. And I feel like that's a representation of what this was. And I love that he referenced the mother in this again, because that's showing that because of her and because of the way that he was raised, that's something that led into them having this broken levee. That's something that led into all of this shit falling in on itself. And then it ends up with more migration, more running away. I just love that it shows the nature of society and what people go through in the day-to-day. And on the front end, it shows the possibility of what could happen if you just choose to accept and believe in something bigger than yourself. If you choose to believe in yourself, if you choose to deal with your shit and become the more mature version that he talked about in 3. Now he's running away to Chicago. He's continuing to spiral down and down and down. And that all makes the cover art make even more sense. Just having the simple man that's continuing to migrate. I'm sure he was migrating since he was a young man. And now it fast forwards to him being an old man, and all he has to his name is these sticks on his back. This is just my representation. All he has to his name and all he has to call his own is these simple things. He never really stopped to build a home. He never really stopped to deal with his shit. So he's constantly on the move and never was able to build something of substance, never was able to build relationships. You see, he's in this picture by himself. He has his back bent over. He has a cane. He's still trying to carry all of the weight of the trauma and everything that he's been through. And it's literally harming him. But because that's all he knows, that's all he ever was going to know. And I feel like this cover art is just a representation of what it will be if you continue to run away from your problems and never truly deal with them. Even down to the wall around the picture and the picture frame being so tattered, torn, destroyed, weared out, old. I like that explains kind of like the internal Like, if this was a picture of yourself that you had hanging on the internal wall and the way that you look like in your mental or inside your heart, inside your spirit, a lot of it's so worn out and broken down because we don't know how to spiritually take care of ourselves. And I feel like that's what it's all about. This is a very deep album. And I think the lyrical depth of it was the most impressive piece about it. There's a lot of really great songs on it too, but the messages to me are on some parts more enjoyable than some of the music. That's why I say, even though I think the lyricism and the attempt and effort of this album is far better than one, the enjoyability of one is higher for me personally. So I will put 4 and 1 in the A tier. I'll put 3 in the S, and I'll put 2 in the B tier. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think about that. Make sense of all of the jumbled thoughts that I just gave you. Let me know what you think about it and comment down below if you agree with my thoughts or if you have completely different takeaways from this album. I'm always open to hearing different perspectives and what this album takes you back to. What does it make you think of? Who does it make you think of? And what point in your life does it make you think of? Share it all down below. Y'all know I love to see it. And outside of that, as y'all know, just in case this doesn't end up on YouTube, make sure you scan this QR code to the Patreon right here. If this does end up getting blocked, all of them will always be up exclusively, and if not, very early, at least a month in advance over on Patreon. So if you want to stay up to date and you don't want to wait, and if it gets blocked, if you want to see it anyway, make sure you scan that. It gives a little bit of support, but it also helps you join the exclusive community that gets access to all of the stuff that we can't do. But shout out to all of our patrons. Your continued support makes everything that we do here possible, and it makes it fun to be able to sit and have these deep conversations. So I hope you enjoyed this. I finally finished all the self-titles of Zepp. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know how y'all think I did. And what was your favorite video that I've done out of all 4? Let me know down below if you enjoyed them with me. And until next time, I go by the name of 5, and this was Led Zeppelin 4. I'll see you next time. Peace. 5.
How does this go? You wanna know. You've never been here before. Go with the flow. We'll take it slow. No need to rush. They don't gotta know. That's between us.